Fire Escapes Engineers and Inspector Summary Video. We're here in Brighton. This is one of the fire escapes here that has a few issues that need to be addressed. Mass Building Code 1001.3 says the fire escape must be structurally sound and must be kept painted. They must be examined, tested, or certified. Right now this is just the examination, and this fire escape did not pass the examination, so it cannot be tested and or certified. Must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. So this fire escape has been kept painted, but it's not structurally sound at this time. Let me talk about a couple of things that need to be done. If you leave behind any welded connections, I can give you an opinion, but I need a disclaimer letter of liability, because even though I say it's good, it needs to be x-rayed or load tested really for it to be proper. But as soon as you put a bolt through here, there is no load test. It's a certification, and I don't care about the weld anymore. So in some cases, when you have a bolt to weld, as soon as you put a bolt there, there is a certification here, not an opinion. So we have all new grading, not new, but this is 15 to 25 years old. Some tree damage here, so that's been pushed into the left. Looks like a tree limb of some sort came down and smashed this, so this needs to be straightened out. Because this happened here and there's definite evidence of damage, a lot of times this can be through an insurance claim, unless this is a self-insured building. Okay. With that being said, let's get back. There's debris from the tree that needs to get off of here. Fire escape does need a spot paint, not a full paint in order to pass. The brackets are through bolted, as you can see, into the back of the building, but it's welded brackets. I got a weld back here, I got a weld on the nose, and I got a weld at the bottom. Those again are suspect. They need to be x-rayed or load tested for us to have no disclaimer letter attached to our affidavit. Otherwise, you pop a bolt in those and you don't have that issue. So all this platform has all welded brackets, but they pop a bolt in them, then we get a certification, not an affidavit. Going down the set of stairs. Stairs is the new type of stairs. We got welded, a lot of combination of weld. By the way, EPA states that anything older than 1978, and I believe this fire escape is older than 78, needs to be a licensed renovator to paint it, but also it doesn't allow you to weld anything on this fire escape because there's a $35,000 fine. So with that, everything that needs to be done on this must be bolted connection. So our main concern on all these brackets going all the way across is that that's welded, pop a bolt, that's welded, pop a bolt, and that's welded down there. You pop a bolt, then I'm okay with this bracket and all the ones like it. See the damage? See the support tilting over? This needs to be definite damage from the hit. But you pop some bolts in here. You pop in 2/3 this way, 2/3 that way, or 1/2 inch this way, 1/2 inch that way, and there you have. So if I pop in a 1/2 inch bolt there and a 1/2 inch bolt this way, then basically I'm not concerned about this welded connection at the very top. Grading, the treads are starting to have all the rust on top. You got to clean those and you got to silicone shut it. But the bolts on the side are fairly new bolts, meaning 25 plus years old. But as soon as you silicone shut it, you're not going to have any more issues. But everything is welded. Look at this starting to tear into this one. So the water's getting in here, and this welded connection is already ripping. The same thing on this other side. So when you start looking at these welded connections, will start ripping because the water gets in and through ice and freezing thaw. Look at all that cement. Cement issues. It's pulled away from the building. The brick is smashed in. Same thing on the other side. You got a problem with the cage here. So the cage, because it's tubular, some of the pieces are starting to fall apart. And if you look at these bolts, these slide bolts are not allowed. Sometimes they jam, sometimes they freeze. This one's very difficult for me to even operate. I can't. Sometimes you need a little tap hammer, just so it's got to be a push bar, crash bar here. Okay? So that's the first issue that you have. All these supports and all these brackets going all the way to the top have an issue with the welded connections. Once those get rebolted, they could be certified. Otherwise, if they get just verified as is, then it's going to be an affidavit, but with a disclaimer letter of liability. First, this is phase 1 of the inspection. Any questions? Fire Escape Engineers, 866-649-0333. Fire escape engineers part 2. Fire escape. This is the cage. Again, the cage has got to be proper through bolt, push paddle to basically make this a release, push paddle release, push bar. You got welded connections with rust starting to get in here. Again, you got to clean those out. You got to bolt it this way, bolt it this way. This platform is the same as the platforms above. We got a cement issue there with the through bolt. And again, sometimes that's freeze and thaw. Sometimes that's many reasons why those occur. But again, the welded bracket down below, welded over here, and welded back there. We got to put a bolt in there. Otherwise, I can only render an opinion on this weld. I can't certify it. See how the welds start rusting from the inside out? That's already ripped. Okay, so we got to clean that out. Then we got to rebolt it. And when you put the bolts in, then we certify this, not just issue an affidavit. Okay, going down treads, same thing. All these treads from the top. As you can see, there's a lot of debris that builds up on top, so we got to clean that all out, and then you got a silicone shut to stop the water from coming down. Okay. As you can see, you got to paint these cement pads so that the water starts getting in there, because the rebar that's in there starts spalling and it destroys this. So you got to seal these up. And whenever we repair these, we also put in tar. We tar 6 to 8 inches of this from below, so that the snow doesn't deteriorate anymore. But we got to get this painted and sealed. As you can see, look at all the weld. See the welds? So as soon as you pop in some bolts and clean this up and seal it, we don't have that issue anymore. Okay, so all these brackets, see that cement pushed in over there? Okay, and that water is going to come in and start rusting, these rusty tears coming through. These start growing, I got to change all these bolts in the future. So the affidavit can't be certified at this time. Every one of those brackets is welded brackets. We can render an opinion, but I want a disclaimer letter of liability attached to the certificate. Otherwise, we can put a bolt in those, and there is no liability for anyone on this fire escape. And again, the main reason is that a lot of these welds rot from the inside out. So pop a bolt here, pop a bolt up there, pop a bolt up there, and this thing is going to be in good order. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, inspect the summary video, 866-649-0333.